Hey guys, today this is our first webinar for you guys, and I just wanted to go over some things that I want you to start thinking about for the next 30 days when it comes to this business, and give you some ideas to help launch your business and kind of give you the first steps to get yourself out there. Because I know, this training is probably overwhelming. There's a lot of information, and I want you guys to know that's okay. That's completely normal. It's probably not going to be until about month 3 where things are going to really start to make sense, and you're going to feel confident about it. But I just want you to know, keep plugging away, keep taking a few minutes each day and plugging into this training and learning from it and taking notes. That's a big thing. And save it to your computer, because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really make sense to you now that you really can't apply right now. But later on down the road, as you start to grow and build a business and start inviting more, you're really going to want to have those resources, and then you're going to be all frustrated because you can't find them. So make sure you save them to a file on your computer, or like me, I always have about 10 different documents up that are going to help me with my inviting, that have direct links for any of the product challenge packs, sample post ideas, anything like that that you find can be helpful to either using social media or inviting or running a challenge group. Make sure you save those things. And like I said, I just keep them open on my computer so that I can easily access them, especially when I'm inviting, because inviting can be scary. And a lot of times as new coaches, we just want to product vomit all over people. But having these scripts for inviting are a great reminder to make sure that you slow down and really address the needs of each individual so that you can find a good fit for them and build a really good, solid, trusting relationship with them. Because okay, for some reason that didn't work. Okay, so anyways, all right, so the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the number one thing you need to write down right now is your goals. And I want you to think both short-term and long-term, because I think a lot of new coaches come into this and they just see what's directly in front of them, and it's hard for them to visualize the big picture of what this business can actually do for you, and kind of the vision they have for it, of where they want to be, not just by December, but 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. That's what I want you to really start visualizing and setting goals for, because once you have that long-term vision, this business is going to be a lot easier for you. It's going to be a lot easier for you to push through when you're having times of, when you're going to have a tough month, and trust me, it's coming, having something to focus on, that's the big picture, is just going to make everything so much easier. Okay, so what I want you to write down is your 30-day goals. What do you want to accomplish this month? And it doesn't have to be crazy. It can be as simple as, I just want to plug into training and finish the training. Or, I want to post one fitness, nutrition, Beachbody related post a day on my Facebook page. Or, I want to invite 5 people to an upcoming challenge. Write all of those goals down. Maybe it's something big like hitting Success Club 5 or 10, or signing up a new coach, or selling 10 challenge packs. Whatever it is, write those goals down, and try to not have it be attached to a number as like a financial goal, but keep it on things that are easily trackable and attainable. And like I said, have a good variety of things. Keep them simple, like maybe it's just read a personal development book, okay? Make these goals, because these are going to be little check marks you can make off throughout the month to make sure that you are on the right track to growing your business. Okay, so I want you to also write down your 90-day goals. Now, these should have some kind of, if you're in this coaching business, to build a business. Now, not everybody is, and I realize that, but for those of you who want to build a business, I want you to put a rank goal in there. Is it hitting emerald? Is it hitting ruby? You know, is it hitting diamond? Is it signing up one coach a month? Whatever those goals are, write those down. Because again, we want to be able to have things that we can track and measure along the way, because these are going to give you those little successes that are so important to keep you motivated, because it's easy to be, you know, come into this business motivated and excited. But, you know, once things start to get hard, or you feel like nobody is interested in what you have to say, you know, then you're going to want to throw in the towel. But having these goals written out for you to see and visualize are going to help keep you going. All right. So once you have your 30-day goals, I want you to think of your 1-year goals. So where do you want to be, you know, in a year from now? Where do you want your business to be? Where do you want your family to be? Where do you want to be financially? Write all these things down. And then I want you to think of your 3- and 5-year goals. Now, I know that seems crazy. I know as a new coach, I wasn't thinking past the first couple months. I had no long-term vision for this. I was taking this as a day-by-day thing. And my business showed that. You know, I really was not, I didn't have any schedule. I didn't have, you know, the right habits set in place to build a successful business. I just kind of fell apart. It wasn't until I had these long-term goals set up and a vision for where I really wanted my business to go and where I wanted my family to be, that everything started to fall into place. So everybody's vision and everybody's goals are going to be different. For example, my vision for this business is, I don't really care about rank. You know, I don't want to be top 10 in the company. I don't want to be a 15-star diamond coach. I want to build a business of like-minded individuals who are all in this together, who have the passion and the compassion to want to help others. I want to be able to reach farther than I can personally. And building a team of like-minded individuals, of people who I really enjoy working with, who I know can have a positive impact on those around them, that's what keeps me going in the morning. And being able to help them create something so amazing that this business has done for me is really, you know, it pushes me through those bad days. You know, when things are hard and I feel like giving up, which everybody's going to feel that way. Even top coaches feel like throwing in the towel sometimes. You know, that vision of mine is what wakes me up in the morning and keeps me going, because I know I can get there and I know my coaches can get there. It's just going to take some time, and I'm willing to put in that time and have that patience to make that vision a reality. All right. So what are you working towards? What is your vision? What are you really wanting to achieve? Is it Success Club? Is it just getting your Shakeology paid for? You know, is it just having the accountability? Whatever it is, write that down. One of your goals should be hitting Success Club 5. The reason why is a Success Club 5 is kind of a no matter what goal for me every single month, because hitting Success Club is kind of like a benchmark for your business. So if you want to grow and if you want to build a successful business, you need to focus on Success Club. Now, I will be sharing how you hit Success Club in our training, but just to go over it real quick, Beachbody has kind of come up with a system to help gauge how well a business is growing. And one of the best ways to do that is through Success Club. So challenge packs, which a lot of you have come in with, are worth 2 points. A challenge pack with a coach sign up is worth 2 points. And having somebody on Shakeology HD is worth 1 point. So if you sell 3 challenge packs in a month, you're going to hit Success Club. And what that means is you are doing the necessary things to move your business forward. All right, so it's just a way of measuring how well you are doing. Now, why it's so important to focus on is, first of all, it's going to make sure that you get your product paid for. And that's what I want all of you guys to achieve. I want you guys to at least come in here with not having anything come out of your pocket. And hitting Success Club will guarantee that. Not only that, hitting Success Club is showing that you are doing the necessary things you need to be doing to build a business. Okay? And lastly, Success Club leads to Beachbody does a really good job of compensating us. So if you hit Success Club, they always give some sort of prize, so that's always nice. But when you hit Emerald, which is the first rank in your business where you have 2 active coaches underneath you, one on your left and one on your right, when you hit Success Club, Beachbody is going to start sending you customer leads. Now what that means is anybody who purchases a product online or through an infomercial gets assigned a coach. So each month, let's say I get about 3 or 4 customer leads that Beachbody sends me. So anything they order after they come to me, I make the commission off of. So think about how that can add up. So if I'm getting 3 or 4 a month, that's going to add up over time. Now I've been a coach for over 4 years and I have at least 500 or 600 customers Beachbody has sent me. When you hit Success Club 10, or when you've sold 5 challenge packs and you are Emerald, so you have your 2 active coaches, then they will send you paying Shakeology leads as well. So they will actually send you customers who purchase Shakeology and you make the commission off of that. And they just hand that to you for hitting Success Club 10 and being Emerald. So there are definitely some incentives to making that a goal in your business. But the first one should always be hitting Success Club, because we want you to get that product paid for. And what's the easiest way to do that is you just have to think about helping 2 to 3 people a month join your challenge group and working with you as you work with them through their health and fitness. And that's all that is. I think a lot of people think it's unattainable, but really when you put it in that terms of helping just 2 or 3 people a month, everybody can do that. You all should have a list of people that you can help. So how can you hit Success Club? Well, first is by inviting. And like I said, helping those 3 to 5 people each month. So make a list of people that you think have a need for an accountability group, who have a need for health and fitness, or friends and family who you feel would benefit from the coaching business or a program, and approach them about it. Let's see. So helping those 3 to 5 people, you want to get them signed up for a challenge group. That's really where being a coach is where it's at. I mean, that's where I feel that people get their money's worth out of their programs. Yes, the programs in Shakeology are the tools they need to be successful, but really it comes down to you as their coach that will help them actually implement those tools into their routine to help them be successful. And that is why being a coach is so important, is we're literally that support and that motivation, that shoulder to cry on, that hand to pick them up when they've fallen. That's where you come in. And that's where I really like to focus my invites around. Yes, the products are going to help them get there, but it's really what our groups and what I can do for them is really what's going to get people interested, because it's all about relationship building. So what I want you guys to focus on this month is, when are you going to run your next challenge group? Now, you can either run these on your own if you want. There's a lot of coaches who are just kind of go-getters and they just want to, hit the ground running and run their own. But don't feel like you have to. Each month I run a challenge group on the third week of the month, every single month. And every month I have those open to any other coaches who want to help me run it, add challengers, so you don't feel like you have to do it all by yourself. I will kind of lead you through it, kind of what we're supposed to do, how things are run. And honestly, the more coaches, the better. The bigger the challenge groups, the better, because it's just way more fun. There's a lot more engagement, a lot more involvement, and there's just a lot more support. And I think that goes a really long ways. So talk to your coach, or talk to me if you're interested in running your first challenge, and let's start inviting to that. So like I said, I will be there to help you, and your coach will too. Literally, we will help you with every step of the process. We'll help you with inviting. We'll help you with conversations. We'll help you how to actually run the group and how to post in it. Literally everything you need. So don't feel overwhelmed or that you can't handle it, because that's why we're here to help. So if you really want to take it to the next level and you really want to turbocharge your business, I want you to really focus on this month is hitting Emerald and hitting Success Club 10. Now, hitting Emerald is just sponsoring 2 active coaches who are either on Shakeology or have bought a program. Now, an easy way to do this, especially for military, is the discount, because Beachbody does a really great job of offering a discount really with no obligation. And I always make sure people who purchase or are interested in purchasing challenge packs are aware of this, because it's a great way for people, if they enjoy Shakeology, to just stay on it and get it for a 25% discount. There's no obligation. They don't have to do anything with it. They can literally just get the discount. There is a $15 a month business fee, but still, with the savings of 25%, they're still saving at least $15 a month on Shakeology alone. Plus, they have the business there if they choose to use it. They don't have to, but let's say if they ever have any friends or family who are ever interested in buying anything Beachbody, they can simply buy it through them, so it's no big deal. Let's see. The other thing, for military, that fee is waived, so it's literally a free discount. So free 25% off anything. So I make sure I let people who I am inviting know this. Okay, so how can you hit Emerald? How can you hit Success Club 10? Like I said, signing coaches. And just, I want you to think, as a new coach, you're really going to want to focus on your hot market. And that's going to be people you have a close relationship with people. So I always like to think of it as people you would invite to a birthday party, people you would go out to coffee with. You already have a good relationship. There isn't a whole lot you guys don't know about each other, and that trust is there. So those are great people to reach out to. So for your first challenge, those are the people that you need to be reaching out for. And just keep it simple, keep it real. I think new coaches, when they have that coach, they click that accept coach form, they just forget how to talk to people. They get scared and they don't know what to say. And that's where I want you to forget that you're a coach. Just talk to people like they're normal, like you're a normal person. What would you say in a normal conversation with them? And that's how I want you to approach it. So it can be simple as, if you're inviting somebody to coach, like for me, when I, was first coaching, I talked to a couple of my friends who, I was good friends with, who I was, running with. They were both really into health and fitness. And I was like, hey, I signed up to be a coach. I don't really know much about it, but I think it could have real potential. And, I think it's going to be fun. And I think it'll be great to kind of add to what I'm already doing. And I already like, working out and stuff. And this is just a great way to reach people. And, I think it would be fun if we could do it together. Like, what do you think? And that's literally all I said. You don't have to bombard them with a bunch of facts. It's just a simple invite. Hey, I'm doing this. It would be fun if you could do it with me. I would love to, kind of do this together. It would be fun. That's as simple as it needs to be. The same with a challenge group and inviting. I recommend when you do your first challenge group is to actually work through the program you are doing as well and really be committed to it. And a great way to approach people with this is just actually reach out to them and say, hey, I'm really struggling with my health and fitness, and, I started this new program, and I think it would be a lot of fun, and it would really help me if I had some people doing it with me. I think it would be fun, and, it's just great to have accountability. What do you think? Simple as that, okay? You don't need to bombard them with a bunch of facts. Your hot market, they trust you. They don't need to know the ins and outs of the program and everything else. Just share your heart with them, be genuine, and I guarantee you're not going to be received negatively. You just won't. I've been doing this for a long time, and I always go into each conversation with the other person's best intentions in mind. I want nothing but the best from them, and I make sure, that my conversation projects that. And because of that, I haven't gotten any negativity. So don't be afraid of that holding you back. As long as you go into each conversation genuine and as you'll be fine. So don't worry about what other people are going to think of you. Okay, so we focused on goals. Now let's talk about launching your business. Now there's a couple things I want you to think about. So I want you to think of launching your business as like a grand opening. And Facebook is kind of your storefront. So you can't expect people to come to you or be interested in what you have if they have no idea what you're doing. It's like opening a new store, but locking the doors, blacking out the windows, never putting up a sign, and just expecting people to come through the doors and wanting to shop at your store. It's not going to happen. And this happens with a lot of new coaches. They have, these great intentions, but when it comes down to it, that's literally what they do. They lock their doors, they black out their windows, they don't put up a sign, and they expect people to just come to them. It's not going to happen. You have to be able to put yourself out there and let people know. But there's an absolutely correct way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. We don't want to be salesy, because that's going to be an instant turnoff for people. They're going to instantly start blocking you. They're going to start ignoring you because all they're going to see is Beachbody, 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 and we don't want that. So we want you to start sharing your story, because that is what's going to build relationships with people. That's what's going to relate to people, and that's what's going to build trust with people that are outside your hot market. And that's what we want. We want to show people your journey that you are on. It shouldn't be about sharing a transformation, a before and an after, and nobody has any idea what you went through in between. Okay, that doesn't relate to a lot of people. That, seeing a before and after, especially if it's a drastic one, which is awesome, but people get a lot more out of it if they're able to see the journey along the way, the ups and downs, the messiness, the greatness. They want to see all of that, because that's all very relatable. Having a before and after, if people see that, a lot of people are intimidated by it. They don't think they can do it. But if they've watched you along your journey and seen that, you had good weeks, you had bad weeks, you had, a day where you just fell apart and ate a whole chocolate cake, but then you rallied and you came back and you were still able to get these results, that's going to go a long ways for a very long time. That is your story, and that's what you need to start sharing with people. Especially, you need to really look at your market, like your niche. Who are the people that you relate to? So for me, for example, I'm military, I'm a mom, so that's a huge part of my market. Moms, military spouses, our lives are kind of crazy. So I just kind of share my life and my journey. You know, I share how, you know, I get my workouts in, even though I have a busy schedule. You know, I share how I keep my eating on track, even though my husband's deployed, or, you know, whatever it may be, I'm sharing all of that. You know, I'm sharing meals that I'm making that are easy, or, you know, snacks I give to the soccer team, you know, after a game. Like, all of these things I'm sharing with people to show them that I'm just a normal mom, you know, who happens to really like to work out and who runs a successful business. Like, you know, but that doesn't make me who I am. You know, I'm just a normal person, and I want people to see that, because then they start to see themselves in your shoes, and they can start to see, hey, you know, if Kelly can do this, there's no reason I can't do this. And the same goes with your fitness journey. So that should be the number one thing you should be focusing on as a new coach, is start to share your story on Facebook. Now, one of the best ways to do this is, there are two ways. You can come up with a post to announce that you're a coach. And this is really easy, but I'm going to share with you how to do it effectively so it's not salesy. What you don't want to do is say, hey, I just signed up to be a Beachbody coach. Here's my link. Don't ever, ever, ever do that. Don't ever share links on your Facebook page, and really don't ever share Beachbody stock photos on your Beachbody page as well, because how many friends do you have that are, you know, have an MLM business, and that's all their Facebook pages is just stock photos of whatever they're selling? We don't want that, okay? We want to sell you. We're selling you as a coach. The products, like I said, are the tools, but the real value comes in what you have to offer them. So that's what we want to market, all right? Beachbody pays all the big bucks to market their products. This is what we need to focus on. We need to focus on you. So a great way to do that is just kind of write down your story. What is your story? What got you interested in becoming a Beachbody coach? Did you have a great transformation? Are you looking to coaching as a way to get back in shape and have that accountability? Do you want to create a business that will give your family freedom? You know, whatever it is, take that story and write it down. And the more emotion you have with it, the more storytelling, the more sharing you have with it, the more productive you would be with it, I guess, effective you will be with it, because it's going to reach out to more people. So instead of saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, here's my link, try something like this. You know, I have, you know, maybe have a kind of a transformation photo, or if you've gone through a 30-day accountability group, share that. Like, over the last 30 days, like, I've been really struggling with, you know, finding a way to get back in shape. And I feel like whatever I've done, I just haven't been able to get the results I want, or I've just been frustrated, or I've failed over and over and over again. But since doing this accountability group, you know, over the last 30 days, I've had more success than I have just trying to go to the gym. And I couldn't have done it without the support and the help with the meal planning and, you know, whatever else. You know, I once felt so ashamed of where I was, and I just wasn't happy with how I looked and how I felt, and I just didn't have the energy to run around with my kids. But after finishing this 30 days, like, now I feel like I have enough energy to keep up with my kids, and I enjoy working out again. And, you know, I've learned to eat healthy, and I have created some healthy habits, and I knew I couldn't do it without this group. So because of that, because of the help they have given me, you know, I've decided to become a coach, because I know how much my coach meant to me, and I want to be able to help people to help themselves, because I know how much it means to have somebody in my corner to support me when I've fallen or when I feel like giving up, because that has been priceless to me. Something like that. Share a picture, because that goes a lot farther than, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach and here's my link. So homework for you guys is I really want you to sit down and I want you to write your story. And, you know, the more personal you can be with it, the more it's really going to reach out and touch people. And you're going to build so much more trust with them, because I guarantee you, if you felt that way, there are a dozen other people who have felt that way too. And now they see that you've done it, so it gives them hope that they can do it too, okay? So that's why sharing it in a story and sharing any of your Beachbody related posts in a story is so important, because that really talks to people and it doesn't scream sales. You know, posting a picture of a stock P90X photo is going to be ignored, but if you share a picture of you working out, you know, with your child, that's really gonna speak to a lot of people in your niche. So think about that. All right. Let's see. Number 3 is social media and why it is so important. So I tell everybody, I have built 95% of my business on social media. And it's probably a higher percentage than that, honestly. I could probably say like 98, 99% of my business I do through Facebook alone. I do not do a lot of face-to-face talking about it. You know, I do it all through Facebook. And it's super easy to do because I'm kind of an introvert. I'm not like a social butterfly. I'm kind of a quiet person, and it's kind of awkward being in new situations where I don't know a lot of people. You know, I'm definitely not the person who's just going to come up and have a conversation with people. I'm just not that person. I'm shy. Facebook is easy to overcome that because you can do it from behind your computer. So I use Facebook as my storefront. And when I go out in town and approach, you know, talk to people in my everyday life, usually it's them who come to me asking about stuff because they have seen it on my Facebook page. So that's why it's so important. And it's also very, very important to be consistent with it, because this business is about building relationships with people, but it's also about meeting people where they're at in their journey. Health and fitness is very personal. You know, it's not Jamberry. It's not you know, Roden and Fields. Okay, health and fitness actually affects lives and the livelihood of people. Okay, so, and it's also something that can be very shameful for people to kind of talk about. It's very personal, especially if they've had struggles. They may feel like they have no one that they can reach out to, and that's kind of where we come in. You know, by being that positive light in people's lives, by being that encouragement and showing them that, you know, there are lots of people doing this and they're having success with it. So there's no reason you can't do it either. And I'm here to help you. Okay. So, so like I said, you want to think of Facebook as your storefront. Okay. So, you kind of want to think of it as Facebook, your newsfeed being your TV, and every post is a commercial. So you want to make sure every post you make is engaging and you know, gets people interested in you. Now, having, you know, making sure that you're sharing your fitness journey, you know, and sharing something Beachbody related once a day is very important. And I know that can be scary, especially if social media is kind of new to you. But like I said, we'll kind of share with you how to do it in an effective and non-salesy way. What we don't want to be doing is making salesy posts every day. No, that's not what we do. So what we want to do is, like I said before, we want to share our journey as a coach and as a challenger and as somebody working through their health and fitness journey. So every day I kind of plan my social media. So you know, Facebook to me isn't fun and games. It's, you know, it's business. So I think about every post I make and kind of plan my week out, so to speak, to make sure that I am talking to my niche, you know, I'm getting myself out there and I'm sharing my journey consistently so that people can start to see it. So when I go to send out those invites or when I go to talk to people, about anything Beachbody related, they already have a general sense of what it's done for me, what it's done for my challengers, what it's done to my coaches, without me having to say it, because they've seen it through Facebook. So that's why being consistent on posting on your personal page is so important. Now, we don't want to make it Beachbody all the time, because again, people are going to get annoyed with us. We don't want to be that person, okay? So you also need to think about 5 things that really round you out as a person. So what are your 5 interests? So for me, like I said, I'm a mom, so mom, military, spouse type of thing. I'm really into riding horses and animals, so that's a lot of what I talk about. You know, being a soccer mom and soccer sports, football season, you know, I'm really into that, so that's something I'll talk about. Healthy recipes, you know, easy snack ideas for kids. That's also something that I'm about. At a time, Legos were a big thing for me. You know, those are the things that are kind of a big part of my life right now. So I'm going to share those as well. So I'm going to make one business related post. So I'm either going to talk about my workout, and I'm going to make sure that I mention the name of it, or, you know, have a picture with me doing it, or something like that. And I'm going to kind of paint a picture for them. So I'm not just going to say like, hey, I got my workout in, insanity. You know, no, that's going to be boring. People are going to scroll past that. But instead, I'm going to kind of tell a story a little bit, share a little bit about my journey through it. So, you know, I'm going to talk about, let's say, for example, I'm busy, like I had a busy day. So I'm going to talk about how I did 21-day fix, you know, oh, you know, I have such a busy day, but thank goodness, you know, I got my 21-day fix upper cardio done, you know, 30 minutes, like I'm done and I'm on with my day, like no excuses. Like that's what I'm going to talk about, because why is 21-day fix great? Because it's short. It's 30 minutes. Everybody has 30 minutes. Even if I have a busy day, I still have time to get my workout in. That speaks to my niche, because guess what? My niche is busy. They don't have a lot of time. Short workouts are going to be something that they're interested in. So I'm going to make sure I share that. Okay. So always think of in terms of your niche, and usually why you like it is why someone else is going to be interested in it as well. So make sure you share that and kind of tell that story. Okay, now make sure you have some kind of selfie picture as well, at least a couple times a week. The reason being, and I get this, selfies are scary. Some people are better at it than others, you know, but for me, I literally can remember my first selfie I posted. Like, it's that fresh in my mind, and it was that scary, okay? But I knew it was working for other coaches, so I knew I had to do it. Now it's not so bad. Now I can take a selfie all the time. I don't even care how I look anymore. You know, honestly, the messier, the better. It's more relatable, because honestly, like, I don't look good 95% of the time. I'm just like a mess. So I make sure I share that with people. So, but having, like, seeing your face as well as seeing other people's faces is a really great way to build connection with people and build a relationship with people on social media. Think about this. If you have friends who just post text type stuff or share Pinterest type of pictures, like, you really don't feel like you have a connection with them. But imagine somebody who you see every day posting a selfie. You really feel like you start to have a connection, a relationship with them, because you're seeing their face. Okay, you're picturing their life, because you're actually seeing the picture of their life. So building that relationship with them and building that trust with them comes a lot quicker, because they're able to, you have that face-to-face contact. That's why making sure you post a picture is so important. So another great ways to share the business is, have a picture of you drinking your Shakeology, or, a great way to do it is kind of indirectly. So, like, I'll have a picture of me, like, in the car with my Shakeology and the kids, and I'm like, I may not even say anything about Shakeology. It's just there for people to see. And I'm going to talk about something else, like, oh my gosh, like crazy morning, like we're running late from school because, typical mom morning, like takes 20 minutes to find a missing shoe or something silly, that all of us have kind of dealt with. That's what I'm going to share. So people are going to read the post, they're going to relate to that, but they're also going to see the Shakeology, but they're not really going to say like, oh, she's trying to sell something. No, they're just seeing that, and they're going to see that consistently, and pretty soon they're going to start to ask, or when you go to invite them, they're going to be a lot more interested in it because they see that you've been using it. Another great way to share Shakeology is I always kind of share about how my kids love it and how it's an easy way to get good nutrition or their vegetables in, because kids are picky. So I share that, how much they love it, neat little ways that I sneak things in it. So that's a great way. And then, of course, the coaching business. You have to share that at least once a week to let people know that you are a coach. And again, this is just an easy way, share it, weave a story into it so that people can relate to it. So for me, I like to share what I love about coaching. And, I just say like, oh, thank goodness for coaching because, I can work a couple hours in the morning and then I can go volunteer in my kids' class and never miss a moment. Like things like that. That's why I love coaching, because it allows me to work from home. So really think about your niche and what your niche wants, and then share it to really speak to them. So once you've done your one business-related post for the day, the next 2 to 3 posts spaced out throughout the day should be about something else. They should be about your kids. They should be about, something that you're interested. They should be a healthy recipe, whatever it is. You always want to make sure that you share who you are as well, because you're more than Beachbody and you want people to know that. So that is about it. I'm going to post some things, some different scripts as well to help you with your inviting. But in the meantime, get those goals and really start to write your story, and share it with us in our team, in our new coach training page, because we're all here to help you. And I guarantee you, if you have a question or not sure about something, someone else is going to have that as well. So, don't be afraid to ask questions. We're here to help you. Okay. So don't ever feel bad about that. But what I really want you to think about, because there's a lot of things you're going to be facing a lot of fears. But you really have 2 choices when it comes to this business and social media. You can post on social media or you can't. But if you choose to do it because you're making that commitment, you're being consistent, eventually that one day, and there's going to be a day where someone is just, hit rock bottom and they don't know what else to do. They've tried so many times and they failed. People will start coming to you because they have that emotional connection with you. They've seen your journey. They've seen how far you've come. They've seen that you've failed, but they've also seen that you've had success. And they're going to want that. And so they're going to come to you asking for help. But the only way that's going to happen is if you're consistent on social media and you consistently reach out to people. Because if you don't do that, if you stand in your locked store with your black windows, with your no sign, you're never going to get anywhere. It's as simple as that. So I want you to think today and decide, is it worth it to you? I'm here to tell you it absolutely is, because there were times where I, was very unsure of everything and very skeptical. But when I pushed those feelings to the side and focused on my vision, on what I really wanted in life and what I wanted for my family, all those thoughts didn't mean anything. So I'm here today to tell you that it is absolutely possible. The only thing holding you back is yourself, because we are here to help you in every way. We will give you the tools, but ultimately it's up to you what you choose to do with it. All right, so like always, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to come to me or come to your coach or post in the group. We are here to help you. All right, have a great day.